You ever ask an AI for something and get back, well, just junk? Something super generic, totally unusable, and just a complete waste of your time? We've all been there. So today, we're going to fix that. We are turning that random, hopeful prompting into a repeatable skill that you can use every single time. Let's get into it.
And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? That's really the heart of the whole problem. We treat these incredibly powerful tools like they're magic lamps, just hoping they'll read our minds. But the best results? They don't come from magic words. They come from giving clear instructions. And the good news is, that's a skill you can actually learn, and it's probably easier than you think.
Okay, look at this. This visualizes the issue perfectly. On the left, you've got this super vague prompt, like write a marketing plan. The AI has no choice but to guess, and you get this generic template that's not really useful to anyone. But on the right, the prompt is specific, it's structured, and it gives the AI real material to work with. And that's the key. Good prompting isn't about being clever, it's about being specific in all the right ways.
So the big question is, how do you get from that vague request to a structured, effective one every single time? Well, you use a framework, a simple, repeatable system that just takes all the guesswork out of the process.
And that framework is called TCREI. It's an acronym, of course. It stands for Task, Context, References, Evaluate, and Iterate. It's basically a 5-step process for building a great prompt and then making the output even better. And the whole thing is powered by this one powerful habit we're going to call ABI, always be iterating.
All right, let's dive in. We're going to start with the first 3 letters, T, C, and R. This is the core of your initial prompt. It's the upfront work where you tell the AI exactly what you need. And trust me, getting this right from the start saves you so much time later on.
First up, T is for task. Your main goal here is to kill any and all ambiguity. A really strong task has 3 parts. First, a persona. Who should the AI act as? A top-tier copywriter? A Python developer? Second, the output format. Do you want a table, a bulleted list, maybe some JSON? And third, constraints. These are your rules, things like word count, the tone you're going for, or stuff to avoid. Because here's the deal. If you don't specify these things, the AI will just choose for you, and it will almost always choose poorly.
Okay, let's make this real. Here is what a solid task looks like in practice. Just notice how much information is packed in here. We've got a persona, senior UX copywriter. We've got a specific output format, a table. And we've got super clear constraints, headlines under 8 words, no buzzwords. See? It's not magic, it's just really clear direction.
All right, let's move on to C for context. Now this is a big one. Context is what makes the difference between an output that just looks nice and one that is genuinely usable. It's the why behind your whole request. Are you trying to get more conversions or just provide some clarity? Who's your audience and where's this thing going to live? Is it for an email, a website, a YouTube script? Giving this context helps the AI make much, much smarter choices for you.
Now for the R, references. And honestly, this is the step most people skip. And then they wonder why their output sounds so robotic and generic. Giving the AI an example, a piece of text you really like, a template it can follow, even a screenshot, it is the absolute fastest way to lock in the quality and style you're actually aiming for.
I love this point because it's so true. Sometimes people worry that providing an example is going to limit the AI's creativity, but it's the exact opposite. A good reference sets a clear benchmark for quality, and more importantly, it prevents you from that frustrating back and forth where you're just trying to explain what you mean. It's all about being efficient.
All right, so you've crafted a great prompt. You've got your task, context, and references all dialed in. But, and this is a big but, the job isn't done. Now we move to the final 2 steps, evaluate and iterate. This is where you take a pretty good output and you turn it into a perfect one. The E is for evaluate, and this is where you have to stop treating the AI's output like it's the absolute truth. You gotta become a critic. Just run through a simple checklist like this one. Did it actually follow my instructions? Did it respect my constraints? Is this specific, or does it feel generic? And, super important, do I need to fact-check any of this? Figuring out what's wrong is the first step to making it right.
So once you've evaluated, it is time for the I, iterate. Now, instead of starting a brand new chat from scratch, you just refine the one you're in. Maybe you realize you need to add a bit more context. Or maybe the task is too big and you need to break it into smaller steps. Or sometimes it's as simple as adding a new constraint, like, okay, now make it shorter. Or try again with a more casual tone.
And this right here, this is the mindset that changes everything. Always be iterating. Getting a perfect result on the very first try is, let's be honest, pretty rare. The real skill is in the refinement. Iteration isn't a sign that your first prompt failed. It's just the natural process. It's how you collaborate with the AI to get exactly what you need. It is the workflow.
So let's bring this all together. If you want consistently better outputs from your AI, you have to stop trying to write some smart or clever prompt. It's really time to move from asking for magic to just using a reliable method.
And here's the entire framework in a nutshell. Task, what do you want? Context, why do you want it? References, what does a good job look like? Evaluate, is this what I actually need? And finally, iterate, how can I make this better? That's the entire workflow. It's not magic at all, it's just structure.
Look, this framework isn't just some abstract theory. It's a practical tool you can start using right now on your very next prompt. So stop asking for magic and start directing the work. The only question left is, what are you going to build with your next structured prompt?